Hey, we're back. Work on it Wednesday. It's May 6th, 2020. And let's work on our using our words tool today. But before we start, let's take out our breathing tool and take 3 deep breaths together. And remember, you can say the tagline in your head. I calm myself and check in. You guys ready? Okay. Last one. All right, good job. So quick feelings check-in. I am having, I don't have like a relieved feeling. They don't have that in the Komochis, apparently. So I'll just use this one, happy, but pretend like it's actually relieved. I feel relieved. I was able to share with my friend, if you saw my video yesterday, you saw that I had someone who had asked to spend some time with me in person, and I was feeling really insecure and not ready for that yet, just with all the social distancing still. So, but I feel relieved because I did tell her, I used my using my words tool and I found the right words in the right way, and I feel relieved. And because of that, I actually feel really proud of myself, because proud. I'm just the type of person who I just never want to let anybody down ever. And I so many times just wanted to cave and just say, whatever, like, let's just hang out. But I'm proud of myself for not doing that and for speaking up for myself. And my right words were speaking up for myself. So I'm really proud of myself. Anyways, how are you? I want to know how you're feeling today. It's Wednesday. We've made it to hump day, you guys. How's your week been? And what feelings did you wake up with today? Turn and talk with your family members if you're with them. Or I want you to take out your journal or an email to me and explain how you're feeling today and why. So go ahead and press pause and do that now. All right, well done and welcome back. It is Work on It Wednesday and we've got to work on this tool, the Using Our Words tool. So if you guys remember, using our words, the actual tool is a pencil, because the whole thought around using your words is the tagline. I use the right words in the right way, and you want to basically kind of write it out in your head with your pencil. Ensure that it is the right words and you're gonna say it in the right way, and if not, just erase it and try again until you come up with the words that are gonna get you whatever it is that you need or whatever it is that you want. So I thought I would go over a couple of quick strategies and things that will just help you understand what it means to say the right words, because honestly, I feel like coming up with the right words is one of the hardest things. You don't always know, like, is that going to offend that person? Is that going to sound mean? So I'm going to share with you my most favorite acronym, and so many of you, especially if you're an older student, you guys know what this is already, because I say this till I'm blue in the face all the time. Before you speak, think. The THINK acronym saves me every time when I'm trying to come up with the right words. And if you've never seen the THINK acronym, that is okay. I want to introduce you to one of your best friends. Before you speak, think. And an acronym, if you're younger and you haven't heard of what an acronym is, it's basically like when you take a word and then you make something out of it. Sometimes people will do this with their names, which is really fun. You'll kind of make like a poem out of the letters of your name. But for this one, this is a tool that is beautifully made to help you come up with the right way to tell somebody something. And I mentioned yesterday that sometimes the right way is actually not saying anything at all. This is going to help you understand when is the right time or the right way to say something that's on your mind. So I'll just briefly go over each one. So for T, it stands for, is it true? This means a lot of different things. For one, is what you're responding to gossip? Are you calling your friend and starting gossip? And when I say gossip, I mean like you're talking about something and making it maybe even bigger than it needs to be. Maybe you're talking about friends behind their back. Maybe you're talking about a situation that has nothing to do with you. It's gossiping. And oftentimes the people that it is about, they often don't appreciate when people gossip about them. But when I say, is it true, it could mean like, are you about to tell a lie about somebody, or are you going to tell a lie about yourself? If you're speaking up for yourself, kind of like I did just with my friend, I could have said, sure, I totally feel fine meeting up with you. Is that true? No. So that's not the right thing to say. Or, if your mom's like, hey, who ate the last cookie? It wasn't me. Is that true? Probably not the right thing to say then. You should say, oh, that was me and it was delicious, Mom. H, is it helpful? If you say what you want to say, what your brain is telling you want to say, is it going to be helpful? And we kind of went over the difference between helpful and hurtful yesterday. We made a column of hurtful things to say, and we changed them into helpful. I think I heard from a couple of families who actually did this. It's so great to come up, if there's lots of hurtful things that are being said around the house, coming up with that list as a family and then trying to change it to sound more helpful. So if you say what you're going to say, is it going to be helpful or is it going to be hurtful? I stands for, is it inspiring? And sometimes the way that I will explain that is, if I say this thing to somebody, is it going to inspire them to be kind to me? Am I going to be inspiring the people around me to be kind to the person I'm talking to? So, for example, I had my brain was like, should I use that example? Yes, I should. If you walk up to somebody who you're feeling frustrated with and you've got some friends with you and you go up to them and you pop your hip and you use that fighting tone of voice and you tell them exactly what's on your mind, but it's not kind. Are you going to be inspiring the people around you to then be kind to that person as well? Or are you inspiring the person that you're talking to be kind towards you? Another one for N is it necessary? Guys, do you need to say what you're going to say, or do you just want to say it? Sometimes people say whatever's on their mind and they're like, whatever, like it's my opinion, I can share my opinion. Yes and no. Sometimes you need to say it. Sometimes you just want to say it. Needing to say something is like you're speaking up for yourself. I need help, or I need to tell you this because that really hurt my feelings. Wanting to say something is like, wow, I really don't like your shoes. Or, your birthday party was okay. I feel like Jessica's was better. Yikes, guys. There are differences between need and want. And then K, y'all know what K stands for. Is it kind? Is what you're going to say going to be kind? And when I say kind, I don't just mean kind to the person that you're talking to. I mean kind to yourself. Because using your words tool is not just used for other people, it's also used on yourself. We are constantly saying things to ourselves, and it is constantly not the right words and not in the right way. So is what you're going to say kind to the people you're talking to? Is it kind to yourself? You might even think that what you're saying is very kind to the person that you're talking to. But if it's not kind for you as well, then no, it's not. If I would have told my friend who wanted to spend time with me that I was totally fine and comfortable and that I wanted to spend all this time with them, it actually wouldn't be kind to me because I wasn't comfortable. So that's a lot. This is a lot. But what I will do, you guys, when I feel like I need to say something to somebody, I will kind of go down this list of questions. I'll say to myself, okay, if I say it this way, is it true? Yes. If I say it this way, is it helpful? Yes. If If I say it this way, is it inspiring? And if I say no to any of them, I just stop and I rewrite it again. I say, you know what? Nope, it's not the right words. If I ever get to, is it necessary? And I say, no, I don't need to say it. Should I say it? No, you don't have to say everything. That's the beauty of this tool, is that it actually helps us understand what are the words that maybe stay in our head and what are the words that we can filter through our mouth. And when I say filter, I mean the words that we have rewritten and we know that they're the right thing to say and we're going to say it and it's not going to be hurtful. So this is my favorite strategy when it comes to using our words and understanding what is the difference between helpful and hurtful. This is one that you got to practice though. Another one that I like to use is this guy, and I printed it off because it says talk it out, but actually it's an iMessage. iMessage. I said it a little bit yesterday. Rather than saying you're mean or saying I hate when you know, those really hurtful, triggering words, use an iMessage. If you use an iMessage correctly with the right tone and the right body language and the right words, you're going to be using your words tool perfectly every time. So if your sibling has been not saying kind things to you lately or is constantly snatching toys from you or just making you feel frustrated, yeah, you can say, God, you're so annoying, or God, you're so mean. Why are you so mean? You could say that. But do you think those are the right words? No. Are you doing it in the right way? No. And like I tell students all the time, when I was with my brothers, I have 3 brothers, all are basically around the same age, just like a year apart. And we fought like cats and dogs all the time. We never used our using our words tool. But it didn't matter who started it, who said the meanest word. My parents didn't care. If we were in a fight and we were all saying hurtful things to each other, we all got in trouble. It didn't matter who said it first. It didn't matter whose was the worst. We all chose to make a mistake. So practicing something like an iMessage, and even though, you know, it's really hard to calm yourself down and say, you know, I feel really frustrated that you keep taking that toy from me. Can you please give it back? You know, I feel really sad that you keep excluding me from your game. Can I please play with you? I feel really mad when you keep interrupting me. Can you please stop? It feels better than saying, I hate when you, or you're so annoying, or go away. And that is the beauty of using our words. Our words have power. Our words are incredible when we choose to use them the right way. It takes a lot of work. This is a big tool. This one's going to take a lot of practice. But if you guys are patient with yourselves, and if you guys are able to throw away your mistakes when you make them, you can continue practicing this tool and you will get better, I promise. It'll become more natural. But I have one last strategy I want to teach you really, really quickly, and it is my favorite. I bet some of you already know what it is. This is a strategy that I use when people don't use the right words in the right way with me. When people say hurtful things to me, because the reality is we can't control people. We don't know what people are going to say and how they're going to say it all the time. And I sometimes cannot find the right words when people are unkind to me. And so what I do is I use the ouch tool. I know I call it a tool, but it's not a part of the toolbox program. It's really just a strategy. But I call it the ouch tool. And the way that the ouch tool looks is anytime you hear something hurtful or somebody says something hurtful to you, you just put your hand over your heart, protecting your heart, and you say, ouch. I say this so much in my house. I think that my family just thinks it's like an every sentence word for me at this point, because anytime I hear something hurtful, whether it's on the TV, whether it's from my kids, whether it's from my husband, it's from my neighbor, anybody, if it's hurtful, it literally hurts me. And so I say, ouch. And it's a really kind way to tell somebody, hey, that hurt, without saying something in a mean tone or in the wrong way. Because when often something is hurtful to me, it's hard for me to calmly find the right words in the moment. So if somebody says to me like, gosh, you're so boring, or you're so mean, or I hate doing this with you, I'm not going to throw that boomerang back at them and say, well, I hate doing this with you too. I mean, sometimes I want to. I'm not going to tell them, well, yeah, you're boring too. I really want to sometimes. But I know that if I do that, it has a boomerang effect. And when I say boomerang effect, I mean what I throw at them is probably going to come back. And so rather than throwing something hurtful back at them, I'm just going to tell them, ouch. Sometimes I'll even say, ouch, that really hurt. And I'll just leave it at that. Oftentimes that's enough to tell somebody, I didn't like the words that you just used, and then they usually will try again, sometimes even apologize. But that's a really good strategy to use around your home, rather than just being angry and throwing hurtful words back at somebody and having that boomerang go round and around, and then the fight escalates, and then you've got a big conflict or a big argument. It's not worth it. If somebody does or says something that's hurtful and it's not in the right way, ouch. And that's all you have to say. Okay, I went over a lot today. I'm sorry if you feel totally overwhelmed, but this is such a big tool and there's so much to it. So I wanted to make sure I gave you guys at least some of the strategies. So we talked about the THINK acronym, thinking before you speak. If you guys want to, you can write the THINK acronym out in your journal, or make a THINK poster that you guys can put on your fridge or just somewhere in your home. And you can refer to it if you are trying to find the right words and you're just not sure if they are. Or, hey, as a parent, if you're hearing lots of hurtful words in your home, a really easy way to respond is, hey, did you think before you speak? Why don't you go over the questions? Ask yourself if you thought about all the things that you just said. It's a really easy strategy rather than like yelling and getting upset. I also talked about the I message. Again, simple strategy. Rather than saying something hurtful, say it in a helpful way, in the right way. Make sure you check your tone while you're doing it too. And then the last one, my favorite, the ouch tool. This is not meant to be used as a weapon. I don't want you guys going up to your siblings and saying, ouch. I want you just telling them like, ouch, that hurt. It's a lot more genuine, and it's the right way to do it. I keep putting quotes just because that's what the tagline does. Anyways, okay guys, I went over so much with you today. Thank you so much for working on this tool. It's going to be something you practice forever, but you're going to really get so good at it, and you're going to feel really good about yourself. So keep practicing using our words tool. Write it out in your head. If it doesn't sound right, don't be ashamed. Just erase and try again. We're all human. We're all going to think those unkind things. It's not about what you think. It's about how you say it. So practice that, guys. Thank you so much for working on this with me today. I'm going to see you tomorrow for Thoughtful Thursday. I can't believe it's already going to be Thursday tomorrow. This is so crazy. But have a beautiful day. Please stay happy. Do your best to stay healthy. And I miss you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.